Article 113, Clause 2 of the Constitution requires the President to appoint a total number of cabinet ministers, not exceeding 21. Equally, Article 114, Clause 3 of the Constitution talks of the same number of state ministers. However, under the two articles, if the President wants to exceed these numbers, he or she must seek the approval of Parliament. President Museveni has always used this exception to appoint more ministers. The previous cabinet had 79 cabinet and state ministers.
Museveni oye! Parliament oye!
As he prepares to appoint a new cabinet, Museveni today sought the approval of the NRM Parliamentary Caucus to have more than 21 cabinet and 21 state ministers. This time, Museveni wants the number to increase from 79 to 80 ministers, with 29 as cabinet ministers and 51 as state ministers.
I want to maintain more or less the same numbers, but with one additional minister of state from the present numbers, the ones we have now. Because the numbers we have now are total of 79, if you include the ministers of state. So I intend to propose that I add one minister of state to the present lineup. I left my documents there because I was told that it was not necessary now. But I remember it in my head.
Without any hesitations, the NRM Parliamentary Caucus approved Museveni's request.
Do you agree with my idea that I maintain the same lineup, but plus one minister of stateship? Those in favor say aye. Ayes have it.
Museveni also hinted on when he will appoint the new cabinet.
And we have now started the work. Very soon I will present the list of the vice president and the prime minister, and then the other ministers. And then in the constitution of those committees, all the NRM people will be treated equally.
Many Ugandans have previously raised questions over the cost implication of a bloated parliament in relation to service delivery. In the 2020-2021 financial year, 1.35 trillion shillings was allocated for public sector administration.
He has not indicated a need to go beyond what he has now, apart from one more member. So I think really he's being reasonable. Otherwise, the Constitution allows 21 members for cabinet ministers and 21 for ministers of state. But as was said here, as you heard, Parliament has to give that permission that the numbers be expanded.
He sees that he needs one extra minister to make his work easy and implementable. Why should we deny him the chance?
There are very many factors which are being considered, especially issues to do with the gender, regional balance, interest groups, and so on and so forth. So in order to balance all these equations, there is a need for that expansion.
Meanwhile, NRM has started the process of designating its members to the parliamentary committees, with each member given an opportunity to suggest any committees to which they want to belong. There are 16 sectoral committees and 13 standing committees. Habad Ziwa, NTV.